We've seen it all during the PBA fall swing. Big strikes, great spares, and memories to last a lifetime. What's next? We find out as we crown a King of the Swing right now on CBS Sports Network. It is time to wrap up the PBA Fall Swing on CBS Sports Network. Today from Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan, outside Detroit, it's the King of the Swing. 5 bowlers, 3 of whom are Fall Swing champs, compete to be King of the Swing. Now let's meet our bowlers with our master of ceremonies, Dennis McCamery.
Thanks, Dave. I'm Dennis McCamery, your PBA MC, and I'm very excited to be here in Detroit, Michigan, in front of the livest audience on television for the PBA Fall Swing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for you to meet your bowlers. The number 5 seed is a 10-time PBA Tour champion and 2009 PBA Player of the Year from Pflugerville, Texas. Give it up for Wes Merlot. The number 4 seed is a 3-time and reigning PBA Player of the Year from New South Wales, Australia. Make some noise for Jason Belmonte. The number 3 seed is making his 3rd telecast appearance in the PBA Fall Swing. A 2-time PBA titleist from Riverview, Florida. Give it up for Tom Doherty. The number 2 seed was the 2012-13 PBA Rookie of the Year, who owns 3 PBA titles from Huntington, Indiana, E.J. Tackett. The number 1 seed holds 11 PBA titles and was the 2011-2012 PBA Player of the Year from Montgomery, Illinois. Make some noise for Sean Rash. PBA fans, give it up for your bowlers right here on the PBA Fall Swing.
All right, Dennis, thanks. Great job there. Step ladder finals, Wes Merlot, Jason Belmonte, 22 titles between them. We'll meet first, Tom Doherty next, a winner of the Fall Swing. 2 seed E.J. Tackett, another Fall Swing champ. And the top seed, the only 2-time winner on the Fall Swing, Sean Rash. My Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Randy Peterson, lane level now with Sean.
Thanks, Dave. Sean coming off of 2 very impressive back-to-back wins. Sean, it's been a pleasure to watch you throughout the Fall Swing, but what's made you so dominant here?
I think it's just been tempo, filling frames, keeping the ball in front of me, and not really worrying about the other competitors. You know, I've always had that anxiety and trying to do too much and worrying about the outcomes, and this week's all been, or these couple weeks have been about process orientation, filling frames, and taking advantage of the opportunities, and God's given me 2 good ones, so hopefully today's the 3rd.
Hey, congrats, and keep it going.
Thanks. Glad to be back.
Hottest player, Ryan,
No doubt
only
about
1
it.
match away to win for the 3rd time here.
Randy, no question about it. Clearly, Sean's ready for some more magic. 2 titles, Badger in Detroit for Sean. E.J. Tackett, first ever TV championship has come at the Fall Swing. Tom Doherty, first win on tour since 2012. And we begin with Merlot Belmonte. What a match and what a field of 5 bowlers we have here in suburban Detroit.
Sorry about that, partner. It was so loud down there, I could barely hear you.
Great overflow crowd. Again here in Detroit. And Wes Merlot gets us started. That's the start Big Wes wants. All 10 down. And we are bowling on 2 oil patterns today, Rand.
32 feet on the right lane, the Wolf, and 52 feet on the left lane, the Badger. Balls are going to go really straight on the left, and they're going to hook a lot on the right.
Jason Belmonte would like this fall swing in style. It has been a swing of struggles for Belmo. Randy, why is that?
You know, Dave, that's a great question. He bowled so brilliantly in qualifying, but television has been a bit of a challenge, and he just hasn't matched up well. Ball reaction for him has not been real predictable, and I think that affected his shot making.
One last chance on the swing, and he goes right at the 1-3 pocket this time and leaves the 4.
That was coming at us at about 22 miles an hour. That was really straight and really fast. That ball never moved.
Twelve titles in the PBA Tour, 3-time reigning Player of the Year. Unfortunately, not the swing he wanted, and the chances to be Player of the Year again dwindling for Belmo, but still would love to finish out in style here in Detroit.
I asked Belmo during warm-ups, I said, can you climb the ladder and win this? And he looked at me and he said, I'm going to.
I like the confidence. Big Wes Malott, 10 times a winner on the PBA Tour from just outside Austin, Texas. Former Player of the Year himself. Really hurried to get back to that 1-3 pocket and leaves the 10-pin.
A lot of angle on that shot, and that ball hit the pins. Didn't have a lot left when it got there. Watch this. About 13 out to 2. And when ball enters the pocket, it's just a little soft.
Red hammer.
2009 Player of the Year on the PBA Tour. Won 3 titles that year. Team USA, great collegiate career at West Texas A&M as we see his arsenal.
IQ Tour Pearl on the right lane, high wire on the left lane.
Right at it. And crunches 10 back into the pit.
They're good.
Got to go straight on this lane because there's 52 feet of slickness and only 8 feet of lane left. So you're not going to see the players giving up a whole lot of the pocket.
Jason Belmonte with a strike as he tries to salvage this fall swing. He gained some excellence on TV.
Watch the big drift to the left as he feeds it to the right. For you folks at home, if you want to learn how to throw the ball to the right, you got to get your hips open. And the best way to do that is by drifting left. Get that 3rd step and a 5-step approach to go left. Have the 4th step follow it. The hips will open and you will feed the ball to the right. Watch this. Here you go, right lane. This is where he's really opening that front part of the lane up. Look at how open his hips are. He's actually going sideways to the foul line. The days of square shoulders and square hips and don't drop your right shoulder if you're right-handed, well, those days are over.
Big Texan finds the range. And each bowler right in that pocket, despite the different lane conditions. Have you ever bowled on 2 different lanes, different conditions on TV?
Yes.
And how'd it go?
Well, it was never intentional. They just ended up that way.
So not well, I'm guessing.
No, I mean, I won titles
won
before
13 titles in your great career.
where the lanes were different, where one lane played different than the other. But this is drastic, and I understand what you're saying, but no, I have not.
Unique format.
Yes.
Didn't like that much, but he'll take it. It's our Barbazol close shave replay of the day.
Spill on lane 3. Spill on lane 3. Look at that. The 8-pin falls last. It was like the 4-8 standing. The 4 falls into the 8, and Wes is like, my middle name is Lucky.
Back to Bell. Comes a high this time. The 3-6 stand for the star from Australia.
And here I thought we were going to have some big scores, and Jason let me down. Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is big scores. Please.
I think the entire fall swing, we maybe saw the front 6 once.
Yeah.
Is that as far as we got?
The patterns played pretty tough.
They did. All fall here in Detroit. And a nice pickup there, spare for Belmo. Keep things very close in our first match. Stepladder finals. King of the swing.
He's taking a re-rack, and he's sporting the usual facial fescue as he normally does.
Wake up with a jolt as the outspoken Craig Carton and former star quarterback Boomer Esiason team up to bring you all the latest from around the world of sports. Boomer and Carton weekday mornings at 6 Eastern, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
How do we get a Rhino and Randy show going?
I'm ready. Pitch it.
Take a look at his Arsenal fight on the right lane, high road on the left lane.
He didn't like it. He didn't look right through the nose. And the 6-7-10 split.
Well, that was just a bad shot. It was pulled way left, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it. Just hasn't made real good shots that we're accustomed to seeing him make on television, and it's cost him every time.
Oh, it sure has. I'll be very interested to see how he regroups after the fall swing. Lots of TV appearances. Unfortunately, results like that, an open frame, no wins for Jason Belmonte yet. And now a 27-pin hole to former Player of the Year, Wes Malott. We're not far from downtown Detroit at Allen Park, and the overflow crowds, standing room only, have been outstanding this entire swing. Boy, it's been a great atmosphere here. Detroit, as Randy knows very well, one of the best bowling towns in the country.
Great crowds, great people, great bowling fans here in Detroit. I mean, they're everywhere. They're in the rafters behind us. The stadium is full. We've got folks everywhere to get a glimpse of the greatest in the world going at it here inside Thunderbolt.
For it was Wes Malott. He knew that was going to go high, and sure enough it did in the 3-6-10 stand for Wes.
Well, he didn't like it. Take a look at this lane level. Look at the rotation on that bowling ball. But a little too much friction goes through the face, leaving the 3-6-10. And how often have we seen it throughout the fall swing where one opponent opens and then the other
It's happened a lot.
right behind it. It's incredible.
Instead of taking advantage and expanding the lead, Wes hands the break right back to Belmo, leaving the 10-pin.
Suck all of a sudden or what? So bad.
Going for a break in the 9-pin, doesn't get that. But at least it's not a split for Wes Malott.
On the 52-foot Badger oil pattern left lane, Wes Malott actually has gone to 4 steps just to get slow enough with his speed.
That's a big change.
Square. Just like that.
I don't think it's a stretch to say the spare shooting overall here in Detroit for the fall swing has not been stellar.
Which, considering these are the best bowlers in the world, is a surprise. But the conditions have been a challenge, even for the best. And now look, Belmo, all 10 back.
You don't want to give this guy too many chances, right? I mean, Wes Malott working on 3 in a row. Belmo gives him an opening, and instead of throwing 2 more right on top of it, he goes open 9 spare. Belmonte with a strike here cuts the lead, cuts the deficit to 2.
Different pattern, different approach to that 1-3 pocket. How about that? How long did it take the 7 to go down, Randy?
An eternity. Don't ever turn your back on him, Dave. Don't ever turn your back on him. Nice. If you're Wes Malott, you can't be real comfortable. Yeah, now it's even harder. Remember, he missed 3-6-10. Now you throw the 9-pin in the mix, and this spare just got a whole lot tougher. And talk about change of direction in this match. He's going to throw it straight.
Let's see if he covers. Got a lot of wood there. Does get the job done. Nice spare pickup for Wes Malott.
Sack up one time in his life. Idiot.
He's frustrated, Randy.
He is, and that 3-6-9-10 combination's gotten so difficult on tour that players are now actually throwing the ball straight at that cluster. And you don't see that when you have that back pin because you need the ball to hook into that. But the old patterns have gotten to where if the player tries to throw a hook ball into that spare, if he gets it right, it hangs. If he gets it left, it hooks. Players are just now throwing it straight and hoping.
He didn't like it down lane, but the result is good.
Five-step approach on the right lane where Wes Malott can do what he does naturally. Left lane, 4-step approach. That'd be pretty good to be able to do that, huh, Dave?
Among the best in the world to make that in-match adjustment.
Pretty impressive.
But right now it's Belmo in control. Looks for the turkey. Foundation frame to go up by 12. Crossing over, almost a Brooklyn strike, and a 6-pin.
I don't want to miss a little bit left.
On another misfire.
Not sure the last time I've seen Jason turn around after immediately letting go of the ball as many times as he has here in Detroit. It's just very uncharacteristic of Jason Belmonte.
Tom Doherty faces. There's the spare for Jason Belmonte. And Randy, you've been on TV so many times in your great career, 13 wins, Hall of Fame. When you're scuffling, what are you telling yourself at this point in the match?
Keep fighting, just hang in there. You know, you almost have to will yourself into making good shots and making the right decisions. You certainly never panic. You know, that's the worst thing you can do. You just dig in and you keep fighting.
Do just that right here. He just missed that 1-3 pocket again.
Yeah, now he's in jeopardy of losing. Spare here and a strike, he shoots 200.
2-5.
A lot can go spare strike for 201.
Some of the hits we're seeing here are so uncharacteristic of top-level pros. You've seen some strange shots on the fall swing. And it has to do with the challenging conditions. And unfortunately for these great bowlers, not matching them and not being one step ahead in most cases in terms of strategy.
I think I'll be back.
He looks out of sync, Jason does. He looks like he's just not timed up. And when your rev rate and ball speed are that extreme, boy, it really shows. And it's really going to show up on tough patterns. There's hold on the left lane, there's swing on the right lane, yet he's having a little trouble getting to the pocket on both lanes.
Looking for some late match. And the 10-pin.
Well, Malott, 9 spare 9, he moves on. 199 for Belmonte, 9 spare 9 gives Wes Malott 200. Last 2 shots on this lane, 7-2, 6 spare for Wes Malott.
So he needs it. Channel, look out! A light hit that missed the pocket. Disaster.
Stop now.
To a 10.
He moved in and trusted it to the right, and this ball never gets back to the pocket. He's thinking it's going to just fly off of that edge. Instead, it's a 2-8-10. Belmonte is going to win unless Wes Malott can convert the 2-8-10.
So he's got to have it, and he won't have it.
Belmonte
moves on. Jason Belmonte watches Wes Malott struggle at the end of that match and wins 199-185. Climbing the ladder, Tom Doherty, a winner on the swing, is next for Belmo. At the fall swing just outside of Detroit, Jason Belmonte. It wasn't pretty, but it was a victory. 199-185 over Wes Malott, the 5 seed. Next up for Belmo is Tom Doherty. And welcome back to Allen Park. Dave Ryan alongside my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, 13-time winner of the PBA Tour, Randy Peterson. So, been a big subject of the fall swing. Jason Belmonte struggles. He does beat Wes Malott there. Only rolls a 199. He's got to rally. He's got to bowl better. Can he do it is the question. He's a 3-time player of the year.
Well, obviously, I mean, he's capable, but we haven't seen it yet. For me, Dave, the oil patterns have played a lot tougher than their designs. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's the temperature of the building, but the oil patterns that we've used here in the fall swing have really deteriorated in a bad way, and that's been evident by the low scores. Belmonte's ball is highly susceptible to change because of the rev rate and speed, and I think that's why we're seeing what we're seeing.
Prediction, put you on the spot. Belmo, Doherty, what do you think?
You know, Doherty's got Belmo's number. He's never lost to Belmo on television, but I think Belmo wins this match, but I like Sean Rash for the title.
All right, Sean Rash already a 2-time winner on the PBA Fall Swing. More coming up on CBS Sports Network. PBA Bowling, King of the Swing, Belmo, Doherty on the way. It has been great to have Dennis McCamery, our PBA Arena MC, with us the entire fall swing. He's having fun with the crowd. Kept everybody really into it, lively. And we've had these nice behind the back there, Dennis. SRO crowds the entire fall swing. So a special thanks to Dennis. Great to have him on board this year.
He was awesome.
Here's match 2. Tom Doherty. Well, he practiced before the TV show and then watched Belmo and Wes Malott really struggle. How does Tom do? Let's find out. Help on the 10. Good start.
Straight on the left lane, hook on the right lane. Tom Doherty probably going to go with urethane on the right lane. It's what he did when he won the Wolf Open. Badger on the left lane, 52 feet. Wolf on the right lane, 32 feet.
Let's see if Belmo can find his A game here. Might be his last chance on the swing. There's a 9-pin. You see a few strikes in a row. He'll string together 3-4 good frames, Randy, throughout the entire swing. We've seen him on TV a lot, and then something happens and he falls apart. It's so uncharacteristic of this great champion.
Dave, I think the lanes are transitioning so much faster because of the temperature in the building as you take a look at what he's done today. Left lane, right lane. one more strike on the right than left, but I don't think he's used to seeing the transition that he's seeing. I know the other players are used to seeing it when they follow Jason, but I don't think Jason's used to seeing this. Nice shot.
He has won 12 titles.
It's amazing what oil will do when you apply it to lane surface. You see how straight that is versus the reaction on the right lane.
Just outside Tampa. Two-time titleist Tom Doherty, look out. To the channel. Good ball reaction, the end of the pattern. It goes right in the 1-3 pocket. All 10 down for Tommy.
Using urethane like I thought he would.
That a little close.
That was on the edge, brother. That was on the edge of the cliff. That was
Try to do that
about
again.
1/8 of an inch from being 0. Remember, Dave, it never hooks from the gray board.
Arsenal for Tom Doherty.
That would be the gutter.
I got you.
Black Hammer, urethane on the right lane, Scandal Pearl, left lane. What a year it's been for Tom Doherty. Got to stay slow on the left. And you've got Free Willy on the right. Hook. Call that Free Willy when you can just kind of free wheel it to the outside part of the lane.
That's a look we've been expecting from Elmo.
That went through the pins with bad intentions. Almost leaving a solid 9 as the ball went right through it, caught a piece of it. Those pins were cleared off the deck very quickly.
Looks for the turn. And we'll have it. Good pin action there. Jason Belmonte. Let's break down Tom Doherty's play in these different oil patterns. Left and right lane.
Right lane urethane. Watch, this is the first shot that he threw on the right lane, and he got it about as far right as you can. I mean, that's on the one board. Comes about in shreds of rack. Now, with reactive resin, it's straight up 16.
What a contrast, right? And that one not nearly as far right. And the end of the pattern goes right through the nose. High shot.
See how he shoots this spare. Does he throw curve at it, or does he throw it straight like Wes Malott did in game 1?
How would you do it?
Well, I would somehow try to hook it. He's going to hook it with urethane. You got to cover the back pin.
Not easy, and the 10 stands at open frame.
Shoot. Toughest spare on tour. That's not a split or a washout. 3, 6, 9, 10 for right-handers.
Stepped up in the fourth looking for the front four. Instead, it's an open. How does he respond? Left lane. All 10 down.
Now, can Belmonte take advantage? Last shot went high flush on this right lane. In Jason's mind, he's got to be thinking, well, do I move a little bit left?
Bit high there, 3 pin, just 1 pin standing though. That's better than it has been. Boy, about to be midway point, Randy, where it's really unraveled throughout the fall swing.
Ball never made it far enough down the lane before it started to curve, but it's a nice break only leaving the 3-pin. Whoa.
He's got it. Side of the pin, but he'll take it.
That was hard for like a second.
Percent on that one.
Can I take a re-rack? Thanks, John.
Belmonte will regroup here. Take a re-rack. We can tell you about Time to Shine, Tuesday through Friday nights, 6 Eastern. Host Adam Shine turns the enthusiasm up to 11. Gives you his take on everything happening in sports on and off the field. Dive into Adam's mind on Time to Shine, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Dave, you're shining right now. No, really, you're shining. Your forehead, it's really shiny.
Thank you, Randy.
You need some more foundation.
I'll work on that. 10 down.
Come. Sit down.
He's got a lead on Tom Doherty. Right now, Belmonte's shining the brightest in suburban Detroit. More on the way on CBS Sports Network. Fall King of the Swing, match number 2. Belmonte, a 15-pin lead on Tom Doherty, who met moments ago with his tour rep, Mike Calderon.
Give it all I can, just goes. What I do in the right? Because I'm trying to spin it a little bit. Remember?
Yeah, the right
it
one.
It just never got there.
No, it never got there.
Because well, the first one I thought was going in the gutter.
I know. I threw.
Did you see the replay?
Yeah.
She was on there.
She was leaning.
She peeked in.
She was like, "Oh, that's
and
great."
she kind of wiggled and then took off. So I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I'm lined up.
Is that still the weak, the strong one?
Yeah, pretty good banter there, talking about ball reaction and what to do. But I don't think Tom's real sure about this right lane. Remember the old pattern he won on just a few weeks back.
6 frame to cut it to 5-pin deficit. Yes.
That was a good move. Looked like he cheated in a little bit farther left and got the ball to face up perfectly. Pretty good pitch here. See, he's a little closer to the second arrow now. You know, him and Belmonte have very similar beards going right now. The facial fescue for both players, identical.
They look good.
I mean,
it's high quality, and that was a pretty good shot there from Tom Doherty, who's got his look on each lane.
I don't know if that was something that was planned.
I don't think so.
I keep thinking about when Tom beat Belmonte on the Wolf Show. He said, he can't beat me.
And there was nothing Belmonte could say about it because it happens to be true. Maybe that changes now. In this event.
Oh.
Scott across the deck.
Wow.
No help on number 10.
And now he's trailing. This is a vicious messenger in front of the 10-pin. About the 2.5 to 3 board there, but right in front of the 10. We've seen a lot of messengers in front. And that's just the ball coming in late. Coming in late and a little bit behind the headpin.
Albie Barnes, Tommy Jones, and Belmo. Rookie and Player of the Year. In their great careers. Some lofty company there for Belmonte. Done so much already. High flush magic. Wow, all 10 down to the pit. 60 feet to success there for Belmonte.
60 feet of speed. 14th board, turned over about 3.5. That was really fast and really straight.
Those pins had no chance. Tight match. Doherty in the 8th. That's the pocket. Big break, no split, 10 pin, that's it.
Huge break. You know, that was the thing that I was wondering. Remember the first shot on that lane, he got it to the one board and he got back to the pocket. The next shot in this lane, he gets it in, it goes through the nose, so what does he do? He makes a move. Throws the next shot good. I'm wondering, okay, well, what happens if he gets it right? And that's what happened. He got it right, but got a huge break, tripping the 4 and the 8 out late.
DJ Tackett. Qualified second. He awaits the winner, stepladder finals. Here from just outside Detroit. Oh, the dreaded 7-10.
I mean, I've seen it all. He's got a nice little comfy lead. All he's got to do is post a strike in the 9th frame, and now instead of a mark, he's, unless he becomes the 4th player in history to make the 7-10 on television, he's going to have an open frame at Belmonte. Man, another strike in the 9th, and Belmonte's going to move on again. This is craziness. Doherty throws it hard enough to bounce it out, though.
Can we see a 7-10? It's a pretty good bid at it.
All right, Belmont. Get them all, baby.
That's a lead change for
Give Jason Belmonte credit. He's not been his best by far in this fall swing. Nowhere near it. But taking advantage of opponent's mistakes. Steps up here. Foundation frame. Looking to expand the lead and away, and he's got his own split to deal with. The 4-9.
Unbelievable.
It is.
I can't remember the last time I've watched stuff like this happening. It's just craziness.
Got it! What a conversion, a split by Jason Belmonte. Now that looks like a 3-time PBA Player of the Year. Let's take a look at our tough spare replay brought to you by Hammer. And it's got to be Belmo's conversion of that split.
Speechless. The events in the last 2 shots thrown on this championship pair. 7-10 for Doherty, 4-9 for Belmonte. Belmonte then covers it. Wow. Now, Belmonte, double in the 10th, he shuts out Doherty. If he goes strike spare, Doherty can throw 3 in the 10th to beat Belmonte by 1.
The way this swing has gone, the way the show has gone, why not? A lot of surprises, a lot of ability, and there's a strike for Belmonte right at it, left lane. Almost no hook to the 1-3 pocket.
Boy, I'd give anything for a radar gun right now. I mean, that's got to be close to 22 miles an hour. Average ball speed on tour, probably 18.
That's what I need, striking 2. Nothing Tom can do about it. I'm just wait on the bench. How about the strike? No.
He got it a little right.
If I told you a fly,
I saw.
literally flew across my face just as I let that go.
I did that. They would bounced off your head.
I was gonna stop too.
I know. I think.
2-5. Was there a fly? Really? Let's see here. It's tough to pick up a bug that small, of course, but something just does convert.
Flies, pocket splits, craziness.
So dramatic.
3 in the 10th. He will once again beat Jason Belmonte.
Won't get the first 4-pin. And Belmonte on the bench watches Doherty fail to get 3 in the 10th. And he survives again in this wild and wacky fall swing, king of the swing event. Has been all pretty for Belmo, but for now, he's all smiles. It's been a while. 2015 in Indianapolis, last PBA title for Jason Belmonte. He's going for the Fall King of the Swing honors here today in suburban Detroit. As he climbs a ladder, next up, he'll take on E.J. Tackett. Let's have a look at this week's Ebonite Flashback. Win one of the Summer Swing titles. Maybe a wild card. It's that simple. Those 5 went for the title in Oklahoma City last year. First match, a couple of two-handers. Jason Belmonte defeated crowd favorite and Wolf Open winner Kyle Truth 201 to 182 to start the finals. Nice look there, Belmo. Ronnie Russell starts strong in match 2 with a turkey and had strikes in frames 5 through 7 to take match 2 and to move on to face Tommy Jones. Tommy took advantage of an early open by Russell, powering his way to a 208-178 win in the semifinal matchup. In the championship match, he faced Bill O'Neill, and Bill used a couple of early strikes to defeat Tommy and defend his King of the Swing title. A big day in OKC for Bill O'Neill as he took the King of the Swing in 2015. Who will be King of the Swing in 2016 here in Allen Park, Michigan, outside Detroit? We'll get one step closer to finding out. Belmonte, Tackett on the way. Set to go next match from suburban Detroit. King of the Swing. We wrap up our fall swing. The PBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. Tackett, Belmonte, head to head. They've run with my Hall of Fame broadcast partner Randy Peterson. Our entire crew. Done such great work throughout the entire fall swing. Packed house at Thunder Bowl Lanes. Historic bowling center. It's hosted so many big PBA events in the past. Another one unfolds here today. Right at that 1-3 pocket. Straight as can be, Randy.
And interesting that E.J. Tackett is going to make Jason Belmonte finish on the right lane. I think it's the right strategy, honestly. I think the left lane's more predictable. Right lane, there's friction to the right, but it looks like there's hang if you get it too far right, and if you get it up the lane at all, it's going through the face or Brooklyn. He's had a great fall swing as E.J. Tackett, nicknamed Squirrel. Tremendous talent. That snap on that wrist there. 16-pound bowling ball going through those pins like they weigh about a pound each. In reality, they're like 3.6. Would you say, Mike Edwards, our statistician? All right, well, thanks for that, Mike. Been a huge help.
Right lane, left lane, different approach, same result there for E.J. Tackett. Good start.
And different bowling ball as well. Everybody's going straight on the left lane. Nice kick out on the 10.
But seriously, thanks to Eddie for great job all week.
As always, he's always with us.
King of the Swing and the entire fall swing. Scorekeeper extraordinaire. We appreciate that. Belmonte lane, big move. Only 7 pins, not close.
The right lane is awful right now. That ball's in the right spot, and it just doesn't come back from there. I don't even know what the play is. You know, does Belmonte take urethane out and go straighter? That ball's not going to get it done. That ball is supposed to hook from that spot. Dangerous spare attempt coming up.
Covers nicely. (2012-2013) all-time PBA single season average. As you see the left and right lane breakdown. That year, 228.81.
Another reason to make him finish on the right lane. That stat right there.
Ten pin only.
That ball needed to be about a quarter of an inch farther left, and it would have struck. Speed and rotation of that bowling ball and absolutely zero curve because of 52 feet of oil.
Stays clean, has his mark. Picks up a 10 pin. Now attack it. Looks to continue a perfect start early here. Only 24 years old. 3 titles after a win here in the swing. Checking his arsenal out.
Covert, Revolt, Sigma Sting. Sigma on the right lane. There he is. Huge break, but there's the hang on the right lane. It's amazing just how the right lane is broken down, and it has to have a little to do with Tom Doherty using urethane, but you're only talking one guy. I have nothing for you. Part of what made that oil pattern high scoring throughout the tournament was the fact that when the players got it to that spot, it would hook. Now, I can promise you one thing. If you go up the lane with any reactive resin whatsoever, you have no chance of keeping it right of the head pin. Left lane, good lane. Right lane, bad lane.
The challenge, 2 different lane conditions. TV. Wow.
When you look
Shreds the wreck.
Sorry, Dave, when you look at the talent on this show and you think back about what the players had to do to get to this point, and really dominating 3 completely different oil patterns. And you can see it right here. It's in full display. One lane they have to hook it. The other lane they have to throw it from right to left. Being able to do that on the fly is what separates the men from the boys.
Crossing over. And almost had a Brooklyn strike there. Completely misses the pocket. 3-9, double wood.
So remember what I said just a couple minutes ago. If you try to go straighter on that lane, you have no chance of keeping it right of the head pin if you use reactive
I don't even know how to
resin.
make this.
That's exactly what just happened there.
Yeah, right? Maybe this one.
He's going to take a urethane ball out now, and he's going to probably use the same lineup that he's using for his reactive ball to strike with. Throw it in the same spot. It should cover the 3-9.
Chops the 3, leaves the 9 open frame.
I promise you, he didn't think that ball would hook that much. Got lucky just to catch the head pin.
Opens in the fourth. Now a 23-pin lead for E.J. Tackett, who's himself working on a strike. Left lane.
All right. I'm going to try this again.
That's what you want for Jason Belmonte.
Yeah, but what move do you make when you get back to the right lane?
It's that right lane, that's the question. And just an extraordinary challenge for these great bowlers on different oil patterns. Our two lanes here, the TV pair. The youngster, Tackett, takes advantage. Spans the lead up to 33 pins.
EJ is actually deeper on the right lane and using a lot of hand and a stronger bowling ball to get it to come off the corner. Shot.
Great shot. And a big lead. Turkey strikes in the fourth, fifth, and sixth frames for E.J. Tackett. He is up by 43 pins, in control against the reigning three-time PBA Player of the Year, Jason Belmonte. It's the youngster out front. E.J. Tackett, Huntington, Indiana, just outside Fort Wayne, has got himself a big lead against Jason Belmonte. Time now for our Columbia 300 Fun Fact. Here's our MC, Dennis McCamery.
All right, it's time for our Columbia 300 Fun Fact, and I'm here with our PBA fans. What's your name, buddy?
Shane.
Shane, and your brother?
Sean.
Now, who is the best bowler?
Me.
Well, me. Duh.
Oh, okay, we have a little bit of rivalry over here. So now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you get the question correct, you will leave here with a prize. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, so here's your Columbia 300 Fun Fact. Which player has won the last 2 King of the Swing titles? Is it A, Tommy Jones, B, Jason Belmonte, C, Bill O'Neill, or D, Sean Rash?
Sean Rash.
That is correct. Let's make some noise from ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. You have won the Columbia 300 Fun Fact, and we have a gift for you right here. It is an autographed bowling pin, courtesy of PBA.
Well, it was, in fact, Bill O'Neill. That was the answer. But the good news is everyone leaves happy because young man got the pin, which I think is great. It's a winner every time.
Hey, I thought it was Sean Rash.
No, you didn't.
Okay, I'm kidding. I knew it was Bill O'Neill.
Well, it was Bill O'Neill winning those back-to-back titles.
Billy was owning Oklahoma for a couple of years.
He sure was. Belmonte, a break. Late trip on the 4-pin. Trying to stay in the match here.
Makes the ball change and barely gets around the corner to carry that Wally.
PBA's Extra Frame, your home for exclusive live coverage of the PBA, PBA 50, and PWBA tours. Beginning October 29th, Extra Frame streaming live from South Point in Las Vegas, where PBA Tour titles will be at stake in a pair of events. Don't miss a minute of the action. Yearly, monthly, 3-day subscriptions are available. Click on the Extra Frame link, PBA. For more information, there's a 10-pin for Jason Belmonte.
It was a good shot, only to leave a weak 10, and he really needed that hit to get back into this match, trailing by 34. Just not enough pop to go through the pins and carry that 10-pin. E.J. Tackett in the driver's seat.
.34-pin lead here for EJ. In our pre-match meetings, EJ said he is not one to practice much. That surprised me. Did it surprise you?
No. I mean, I've seen it. EJ's not a big practicer. There's a lot of players on our tour that have had great success that weren't big practicers. Pete Weber, Wes Malott, two that come to mind.
Ten-pin. Now, why wouldn't you be? I mean, you think professional athlete, you think golfers, you think other individual sports, it's so much practice-oriented. Why would bowling not be for some players?
I think it just depends on the individual. I was a big practicer. I had to, because I needed the games to work on my rhythm and timing, because my game was such that it was very critical that was perfect. My game not near as efficient as EJ's, as Pete Weber's, as Wes Malott's. And those guys, when they get a little bit out of position, can recover, whereas I couldn't. They need a little bit of practice to get some feel, to get back into a little bit of bowling shape, and that's it. They don't need to go out and work on their game and timing and swing for hours.
All 10 down, all smiles for EJ Tackett.
Cave the big four, not too shabby. Nice little break there to maintain a huge lead against Belmonte.
Wow. Blasted right through the rack there with the 10-pin stands for Jason Belmonte.
This is one of the fastest ringing 10s you'll ever see. I mean, this is really fast.
Takes care of the 10.
Really good shot.
He had amazing ball speed, that ring at 10-pin, even in slow-mo. It was hard to tell. I mean, it was going fast. Even on the replay, wow.
Do I have another one, or am I out? I got one more. Can I please take it?
He's going to take a re-rack here. Asking tournament director Kirk Von Kruger.
Max score for Belmonte, 214. EJ Tackett's already in the 220s. But as we've seen, anything can happen. And we've seen everything.
You know, fall swing's been full of surprises, especially late in matches, where the improbable takes place at a surprising rate. Foundation. All 10 down, left lane, no problem.
Really good shot, too.
Last couple shots for Belmonte, really good, and they're 2-9 spares surrounded by strikes. He could have easily had a 5-bagger and been right back into this match.
Sean Rash awaits the winner, two-time winner, already in the fall swing. Only multi-title holder from this fall event. Jay Tackett, look out, he's crossing over way high, 6-10.
All he has to do is fill frames, marking the 9th frame here, marking the 10th frame, and he's going to bowl for their. He's going to go up against Sean Rash in the title match.
Covers, no problem. So I'm just intrigued, Randy, going back to that practice discussion with EJ, who's not a big practicer, and you mentioned some huge names, lots of wins. Pete Weber, Wes Malott, guys are legends. When you're talking to young bowlers, and you work with so many clinics, coaching, what do you tell them about practice?
Well, I mean, again, I think you have to personalize it for everyone. Everyone's different. A lot of it depends on what they need to work on. Spare here. Actually, it's over. EJ needed to get 9. He got 9. Done. He is going to take on Sean Rash, who will be the king of the swing. Sean Rash, EJ Tackett. Stay tuned.
Should be fun to watch. Jason Belmonte struggles continue at the swing. He will not win. EJ Tackett advances. Coming up, an interview with PBA Commissioner Tom Clark. EJ Tackett, no problem with three-time PBA Player of the Year Jason Belmonte, 226, 194. He'll take on Sean Rash next. First, an interview with PBA Commissioner Tom Clark. I asked Tom about the state currently of the PBA.
It is strong. It's one of the most exciting times for the PBA in a long time because of the quality of play, the diversity of the talent, where the players are coming from, and that coupled with really renewed and interested partners, sponsors both from the bowling industry and outside the bowling industry, and our network partners really have us positioned for great growth. That, in addition to our digital properties, you know, we're starting to see growth in areas like people consuming PBA content in ways that they never have before across all of our PBA network devices.
You've had a long list of established stars in your tenure as PBA Commissioner, but now some young guns are up and coming. What has that meant to the PBA to have young stars really make it to the scene?
Oh, it was an incredible year when you have people like Anthony Simonson and Jesper Svensson and Gary Faulkner Jr. and Graham Fa, and these are the people that won the major championships in the PBA Tour over the last year, breaking records. Youngest players ever to win the Masters, youngest player ever to win the Tournament of Champions. And when a lot of people talk about how bowling needs to reach a younger demographic, and when young people and youth bowling is really growing in a lot of different ways around the world. When young people see people like these young kids, it really becomes even more inspiring, and they can attach themselves to them. I mean, their dads have attached themselves to people like Pete Weber, like me. I mean, I'm attached to people. And what makes it incredible for these young players is people like Pete Weber and Norm Duke and Walter Ray and Parker Bone, they're still out here and they're still competing, and so they get to learn from the best how to be a PBA professional. And so it really says a lot for the future.
And Tom, now more people than ever can watch bowling on Extra Frame. What has that meant to the PBA?
Oh, Extra Frame, our digital live streaming service, provides over 1,000 hours of live bowling coverage anywhere. Anyone can get it anywhere in the world, on their mobile devices, on their computers. They can plug their computers into TVs and watch the action. And it's not only the PBA that's on Extra Frame, but we cover the entire PWBA, the PBA 50 Tour. So you get to see the best players in every class of PBA and PWBA competition. And you see not only the finals and the archives of all of the championships of every event that we do, but you see how the players get there, the qualifying, the match play, day-to-day competition, and you see the entire field compete. And when people can consume the PBA like that, it's actually more coverage of professional bowling than ever in the history of the game.
PBA fans can't wait for the World Series of Bowling in December. But after that, 2017, what's on tap?
Well, we have an awesome February. In February, we have 3 straight weeks of live national major championship bowling. The Barbasol Players Championship, the Fire Lake Tournament of Champions, and the USBC Masters in February is really what we're all looking towards, and we all look forward to, is this incredible month of coverage of the Professional Bowlers Tour. Last year was awesome, same exact thing. We also have really great special events and new products like the Chris Paul Celebrity Invitational. It's become one of the most fun events in PBA history, and you get to see A-list stars, you know, compete alongside PBA stars, and that's going to be a lot of fun again. And then, of course, we have the PBA League, where you have 8 teams of the best players in the world getting together and going at it in really one of our favorite venues, Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. And when that comes, the fans get really excited to watch the pros compete, really in the way that the kids are mostly competing in now in high school and collegiate bowling, as members of teams. Adds a whole new dynamic. And it's a lot of fun.
Tom, thanks so much for your time and the great information as well.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave.
Great to hear from Tom Clark, PBA Commissioner here at Allen Park, Michigan. Finals coming up. Tackett, Rash, one bowler can be the fall king of the swing. Who will it be? We will find out. It is time for the Grand Casino Road to the Championship, Randy.
It's about time. Malott, Belmonte, match number 1. Malott just needs to fill 20. Instead, he goes 2-8-10. Jason Belmonte wins sitting on the bench. Match number 2, Belmonte takes on Tom Doherty. Belmo could shut out Doherty. Instead, he gets 8 on the fill. Doherty needs a double. First ball, he gets 9. Belmonte advances one more time. Only this time he takes on E.J. Tackett, the squirrel. And it's all about E.J. Tackett. He goes double, not a three-bagger, and closes the door quickly on Belmonte, 226 to 194.
All right, partner. Setting the stage here for Rash Tackett in the finals. Bill O'Neill in Oklahoma City, 2-time king of the swing champ.
What a run Billy had in Oklahoma. Boy, he owned the summer series back when it was in the summer with some great bowling. And right now it's kind of Sean Rash's turn here in Detroit.
Exactly.
And sprinkle in a little E.J. Tackett as well. E.J.'s going to start the match on the left lane, which means he finishes on the right lane. That is the smart move. Sean Rash gets choice because he's the highest seed.
Trophy, and that strike gets us started with E.J. Tackett. Back. We blast that right through the 1-3 pocket. Here's Sean Rash from just outside Chicago. 2 wins in the fall swing. And if you can take this just like Bill O'Neill in OKC, dominant in Detroit. Nice start.
Beautiful.
Time for our track tech talk. Randy, break it down for us.
Sean Rash has made a lot of changes over the last couple of months. One of them is the start. He went from 4 to 5 steps. Look how delayed the ball is into the swing, though. One of his tendencies is to get really fast, but delaying the ball into the swing helps to slow him down. He still has the big cup at the top of the swing and the big high backswing, but now he's just timed up better, and he's able to wait on it. Keeps his feet underneath him. He's slower going to the foul line, and the result is he's making better shots.
His parents, father-in-law, wife Sarah, the 3-year-old daughter Kaylee, all right behind him, supporting Sean. Left lane. Wow, some power carries the 4.
Nice break there, tripping the 4 forward for Sean Rash, and it's an early double. Sometimes, Dave, when it's your time, and he's had some great success here going back-to-back the last 2 weeks, but he's also bowled really, really well.
Best he's been in a while, most confident, fighting off wrist and thumb injuries over the last year or so. Right now, he's going to be tough to beat. Youngster E.J. Tackett's got his own. Crosses over. And yeah, Brooklyn strike. Sometimes you get a little lucky.
Well, the right lane has just turned into 60 feet of ugliness. I mean, the last shot he threw in that lane was perfect. This one is just a little bit left, and he goes Brooklyn. I mean, it's like somebody just took tar and put it on the right lane. And if you get the ball left an inch of target, it hits the tar, slows down, and tries to miss the head pin left.
E.J. tries to keep us. 4 pin. Left lane, no hook. Right at it.
He's actually using a different ball on the left lane now than he did in the last game, and not really sure why he changed to that, but that's why he's down there and I'm up here. Well, folks, if you have a weak stomach, don't watch the shot on the right lane. Because who knows what's going to happen. Although Sean's first shot looked really good. Really leaning back and on his heels. Yep, same thing. Got it inside just a little bit, went high. Just a fraction left down lane and boom, right through the face. That's the stopper lane. Players know it. Fans know it. And now Dave Ryan knows it.
3-6 spare, easy cover there for Sean. He told us before the match as we check out the arsenal that spare shooting, of course, would be so important. We have seen so many different approaches throughout the fall swing and struggles on those spare conversions.
Deviant Pearl on the right, melee jab on the left.
Four pin.
No trip for this time. Testy, I think is a good way to describe the oil patterns throughout the fall swing on television. We had nice scores in qualifying, especially on the Wolf. Very nice scores on Wolf. Had good scores on Bear. Nice scores on Badger.
Back to EJ. The youngster only 24, so even keeled. A lot of emotion, even when we won a title on the fall. All 10 down there. Look at the great crowd we've had. Standing room only crowds throughout the entire fall swing here in Allen Park. Tremendous bowling tradition in the Detroit metro area.
Jackal on both lanes now for EJ Tackett. Takes the lead with a hit here. Actually, he just took the lead after Sean's 8 spare in the third.
Is to go up by 12. Good frame. And the 4 pin again.
Left lane starting to check early now, and you can see it. The players are going so straight, but with all that rev rate in hand with a little bit of surface, ball's starting to bite early, and it drifts just a pinch high for both players. So now it's time to make a little move and try to find a little fresher laydown zone.
Rash trails by 2 pins.
32 feet Wolf on the right lane, 52 feet Badger on the left lane.
Sean is 8-5 in his career. PBA Tour event TV finals. Been here before. A lot of success. And a very tough split here. 2-4-10.
Unreal. They need to change the name of the pattern on the right lane to Wolverine instead of Wolf, something a little nastier. because that's what that lane's turned into. Sean's going to try to slide the 2 over into the 10 pin.
Nice conversion. But we are in Wolverine country after all. Jim Harbaugh, Ann Arbor not too far. And Sean Rash comes through with a huge conversion.
Well, I did that for the great fans here in Michigan, my friend, but this is a great conversion, and it keeps Sean Rash in the match. Good news for Sean is he doesn't have to finish on the right lane. EJ Tackett does.
All 10 back in that 1-3 pocket for Sean Rash. We got ourselves a great match here. Fall King of the Swing on the line here. Tackett Rash, our championship match. Last PBA event held here at Thunderdome before the Fall Swing was the TOC in 2014, won by Jason Belmonte. We made plenty of appearances this year in the Fall Swing, but no wins for Belmo. A lot of question marks for the 3-time reigning player of the year. Will he work those out? We'll find out. Second half of the match underway. EJ. Look out. We've seen this before. 2, 4, 10.
I want my mommy. I mean, this right lane is so hard, and it's not supposed to be. Now when players get it to the right, it doesn't hook. A little bit up the lane, it's going to go Brooklyn. If you're going to get it right, you got to throw it slow, which is hard to do on a 13-foot pattern.
Sean Rash converted. EJ cannot. Open frame in the 6th. He's down 10.
I want to meet the creator of the Wolf oil pattern, and I want to punch him.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Left lane, all good. Right lane, not so much.
You know the difference in the 2 oil patterns? If he threw that same shot on the right lane, it would probably hook into the left gutter before it touched pins.
Can you imagine that?
Or maybe pick the 7-pin off.
Which I've never seen done by a pro on purpose.
If you get it to the edge, you got to throw it slow enough for it to rebound. If you get it up the lane, you better cross your fingers.
Got a chance.
No, Sean came in high. And ends up
Really?
with a very difficult leave.
Wow.
Half-inch right of that, it's in the pocket. Another half-inch, it goes 2, 4, 10. Looks pretty good. This right lane's making the greatest bowlers in the world look like amateurs.
3, 4, 6, 7. What does he do here?
Goes to the right side of the 3-pin to throw it over into the 4-7. The ball takes out the 6.
Already had one really difficult conversion. How about 2? No. 4-7 up. And an open frame. Returns the favor. It's just been emblematic of this entire fall swing, especially late in matches. Open frames.
Well, it's been an epidemic. The oil pattern has not held up under the heat and lights of the stadium, and I think it's really showed that with just about every telecast.
All right, 8th frame. There's that sweet left lane.
Really, the only pattern that's held up is the Badger. Wolf broke down so bad that the players were going sideways. You had players trying to play right.
Just never got to the gutters. Just played too quick. I think you just go back to throwing it the way you were, and just make sure you make a good shot and just feed it. Let it peel.
Just to a rep, Chuck Gardner provides insight. Jacket looks for help and will not get it across that deck. 10 stands for EJ.
So bad.
So now when the players do get there and the speed is correct to give it a chance to get back to the pocket, watch it wiggle. It gets right to that spot, and it looks like it should start coming off of that. And then it just goes another fraction, another 4 to 6 inches longer before it starts to go left. Just a huge wiggle spot in the lane. The only other thing that I would try on this would be to take urethane and try to throw it straight up 1, 2, 3. Advantage Sean Rash. He's working on a strike. He only has one more shot on the right lane, and that's in the 9th. EJ Tackett has to finish the match on the right lane.
Just a 6-pin, left lane. And Messenger almost came across and nudged over the 6, but did not. And EJ chose to finish on that right lane. Sean made him go, excuse me.
Yeah, Sean had choice.
That's right.
He made him finish on the right lane because it's the right lane. And EJ's in trouble now because he didn't strike on the good lane.
Yep, put himself in a hole.
Biggest shot right here because, 1, Sean Rash is working on a strike. 2, he's trailing by 3. But the biggie is it's on the right lane. I mean, this could be anything. This could be a strike. This could be a washout. This could be through the nose for 6. You know, I mean, if I was Sean Rash, I got to be honest with you, Dave. I don't even know what I would do right now.
Neil, think about it.
Maybe
Good shot.
Mike Edwards says, hey, maybe loft it. I have no idea.
Well, he and Chuck Gardner were working strategy a second ago. See if he guesses right. Shot of the match coming up here. Sean Rash. But he did just leave the 4.
I'll tell you what. I'm not sure I'd be all that unhappy with this. Right here, he's thinking it's going right through the face.
Could have been a lot worse.
All right. If he gets 3 in the 10th, he shoots 200 on the button. EJ Tackett would need a double in the 10th on the right lane.
Really good shot, Sean.
Sean Rash had a spectacular fall swing. 2 titles. Now we'll like to wrap it up by becoming PBA Fall King of the Swing. Sarah Cayley. Sean's family watches closely. There's one.
Great shot.
One more just like it. EJ Tackett will need to double in the 10th frame. He's thrown 2 strikes on the right lane, and that was early on in the match. Last 2 shots on the right lane, he left the 2-4-10 and missed it, and then just left a late 10 pin in the 8th frame.
Oh, hook. Ah, darn it.
6-pin count did not hook.
The one you wanted and you threw it.
Covering this bear is huge right now because of count. Spare, he's at 190. Right now, strike spare, E.J. Tackett's at 193.
But he's on that right lane coming up.
Oh.
8-pin stands.
That's going to make it a little easier for E.J. Tackett. However, one false move here could be an open frame. He needs good count in the mark. If he goes 8 spare 8, we have a tie. 9 spare 8, he wins.
Across the deck for the 10-pin. Wow.
Yeah, this is just savage. He moves deeper, gives it more gas, gives it more hand, softens the speed up, and makes it respond from the edge. And look at that messenger. King of the swing. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
E.J. Tackett, Randy, rarely gets emotional. Except when he wins. And E.J. Tackett. Mom and Dad can celebrate at Nanji because E.J. is the king of the swing.
Love you, Dad.
Oh, man! Yes! Oh, yeah! Oh, buddy! Yeah!
Nothing like celebrating with family. Ed and Angie, the Tackett camp, pretty happy right now. He is the king of the swing. Harmony Park, not far from Allen Park, and that is where E.J. Tackett is a winner today as he takes the 2016 PBA Fall King of the Swing. And what a swing it was for E.J., earning even more fans. Looking forward to a great 2017 and beyond. Congratulations to E.J. Tackett, winner of the 2016 PBA King of the Swing. For complete post-game coverage of today's event, head to PBA.com's Extra Frame right after the conclusion of our show. And for a preview of next week's telecast, check out Extra Frame on Friday. For my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Randy Peterson, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from Thunderbolt Lanes in suburban Detroit.
Look at me.
Great winners, 2016 PBA Fall Swing.